Do you have a keyboard stand? Do you wish it could be on wheels? Today on 11:30, we will use Fusion 360 to model and create a keyboard stand caster wheel adapter. This is part 2 of the continuing saga of the keyboard stand caster wheel adapter. I have part 1 linked in the description so you can watch that to see how I got here. This is the iteration version where we take and get to that version we created in part 1 to actually work. I drilled a hole in here, and I think that's going to work. I'm going to put it on backwards just so you can see. Tighten that down. Boom. I'm going to use for the next round. So I actually drilled a hole here, but I'm going to add that to my model. I'm going to use this big beefy guy and put him there on the next iteration, and that should be next to the last iterations. All right, so let's go do that and see if that works. Look at that, that's going to be beautiful. All right. So yeah, let's see what we need to do here to get that hole created in the top of the caster wheel keyboard adapter thing deal. First thing I need to do is kind of find my center point, and I'm going to use a construction line, I think, between the bottom of that bolt and the bottom of the adapter. That's what I've done there. I found my center, and then I'm going to make a circle. I'm off measuring the diameter of that bolt I'm going to use, the beefy bolt, aforementioned bolt of beefiness. And there we go. Plop that in there. And that looks right where I want it. So now the trick here is I only want it to go through that top outer ring. So I need to figure out how to start that extrusion from that point, and that's what I'm going to do now. And quick note here, I'm recording this voiceover a day or two after I created this, and I'm already seeing one of my adapters stripping out right where that hole is. So I'm going to fix that by adding a 45-degree little bump there by that bolt hole. So look for that soon. Anyway, you can see I have it through the top ring only, and that's looking pretty good. So now I'm going to kick out that still file and get it printing on the Robo R2 using Octoprint, which I love, by the way. And actually, we're going to go to Simplify 3D first to set this up. And I was just using the generic fast settings that came right from Simplify 3D for the Robo R2. Only change I made was I changed that infill from that rectangle to the fast honeycomb, because that works out really good for printing circular stuff that I've found. So now I'm kicking out that G-code and bringing that into Octoprint. And here we go. Printing it, looking pretty good. And yeah, let's see how this next iteration works. Okay, so I have version 4A, and we will take and get that in there. Oh, crap. Anyway, this screws into here very nicely, and that bolt that I just dropped will go into there. Except that's not going to be long enough. Gonna have to make that hole a little deeper. But good news is that this now fits into there like that. This tightens down, And yeah, so all I have left to do now on 4B is make this hole so that that works. I don't know why that got messed up again, but I'll look at that. All right, one more. Okay, so yeah, one other iteration here. Somewhere along the line, the depth of that nut for the caster bolt got raised. So here I am trying to figure out why that happened. And my conclusion was I wasn't exactly sure why that happened, but I did eventually get a fix in place here. Kind of guesstimating where I think that should come down to. And yeah, you can see that space there a little bit bigger now, a little bit deeper. So the bolt from that caster can actually connect with the nut inside the adapter. And then I am quick grabbing a measurement from the outside of the adapter to where that nut comes down, and it's still not long enough. I don't think that's about where I think it should be. And yeah, so then we're going to repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, that same process. We're going to kick out a still, bring that into Simplify 3D, kick that over to Octoprint, and print that thing, and then test again. Iterate, and then iterate some more, and then wash, rinse, repeat. Okay, so I think this is version C. Working better. I can tighten the thread on the bolt from the wheel, but it just barely. So I'm going to move that bolt down another 1.5 mil or so, but it is fitting and working in a very working good kind of way. Tighten that sucker in there. And we're good. So I'm going to make that last change and print 3 more. And I think everything goes right, this could be the last version. And we could move on to retrofitting another keyboard. Yay! Stand by. Okay, yes. As you guessed, another iteration of trying to get that nut to sink down far enough to where the threads from the bolt of the caster can connect and grab. And funny story, I only had 3 of those nuts. So I have 1 right now without a nut, and it seems to hold just fine. So there you go. All right, so I think we're at the spot where I have 4 of these working, and we can actually attempt to do this. So let me this in there, and then we can start flipping them around. Totally meant to do that. Okay, so I think what I would do is flip it over now. Okay, yep. Just try to get them close enough. Where we can see this out. Well, so far, this is a good sign. I think that one's all right. I think these two are okay. I think that one's a little wonky. Don't want to over tighten. Well, that seems to be putting a little bit of torque. There we go. There's one slippy. So I kind of knew this would be a thing here. Let's So I guess at this point it really depends on how heavy your stuff is, but so far, do I dare throw the K5K on there for giggles? I would say that works. Is it perfect? No. Could it be better? Absolutely. Better than what I had? Yup. So that's the old. Sorry. This is the old. Old. And the new. Sweet. So I'm going to call this done. This video is done. I will put the Fusion 360 link so you can download it and try it out. And then I think for the next video, I will modify the other keyboard stand because that's a different tube size. But that will be a separate video. And then I would think I will make one on how to get this into Tinkercad with the new code. That's still in beta at the time. But if you've made it this far and you're still watching, wow, thank you so much. I hope you learned something. I know I sure did. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Go ahead, get subscribed. There's a bell icon, but I don't know if it does anything. Leave a comment if you end up using it. Leave a comment if you want. All right, this is Earl Cannon Bear signing off. Thanks for watching.